Yo, what's up everybody? How's it going? Today we're playing Custom Survivor Chaos, which is created by Eating. This is a combination of Custom Hero Chaos and Dota Survivors, which is of course the Vampire Survivors clone in Dota 2. But it's a pretty straightforward mode. It is more or less exactly what you expect from those two things combining. But I think those are two things that could be combined and that it can be fun. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and let's get right into it. Alright, here we are. The first thing we have to do is we have to select our abilities. Fairly straightforward. We're gonna go ahead and grab some stuff. Moonglaze seems really good. Arc Lightning seems amazing. Disruptor, not so good, so I will re-roll Disruptor. Get Dream Coil, well, that's kind of shit. Then we've got Morphling down here. Adaptive Strike Agility. I guess it's a bit of a nuke. Why not? We've got Necrophos. Wait, I should also pick a hero really quick, just so that's out of the way. Oh, Windrunner's probably better. Dazzle, we can get Shadow Wave. We can get this right here. Oh my god, I am quickly running out of options. Wait, what am I missing? What am I missing? I haven't taken Necrophos? Okay, I guess we got Heartstopper Aura. That's fine. That's what I wanted anyway. We also had to pick another ability here where we reduce physical damage taken and we get a choice of two. It just kind of gave us one because I ran out of time. Hey, it's a bit of a tight window there. Now, there is a bit of an unfortunate overlap in the UI, so I'm just going to go in here and move my minimap to the right side if you don't mind. So, we have drafted our hero and now we're gonna do a sort of a custom hero clash waves, but we are not actively casting our abilities. Instead, we mostly kind of fight the way you would in the Dota Survivor clones, right? So our abilities get auto-casted and we just kind of try to survive the waves like that. And then I can actually already get something else here. What do we want to get first? Ooh, Fiery Soul. Nice. Yes, that's sick. Look at that. Oh, that's actually such a good combo. I love it. Perfect. Perfect. So we'll just go ahead and rely on these right here. And then I can level up the Arc Lightning. I think that seems like a good first level up. But we can also go for Moonglaze. And I actually think I'm so clever for this. This is so good. Anyway, setting that aside. You can see how it goes. There's a timer up here. We need to survive until this timer runs out, although it usually kind of stops spawning a little bit before that, right, to give you some time to clear up the waves. And then on the left side, you can see who killed how many units. So we are winning. That's very good. That's what I like to see. And then you can buy stuff. We can just buy items, which we will do, obviously. So let's just go ahead and buy some items. Just power treads for now is maybe not a terrible idea. We can also replace some items if we want. It costs money to do, right? So 2,000 gold will give us a selection of new abilities which we can use to replace one of our abilities. But mostly that's quite expensive because it also scales up in cost. So we might do it once, maybe twice, at most 3 times, because every time costs 2,000 more gold. But, you know, we'll see if we get there. And then the goal of this game is pretty straightforward. It's just to be the last person left alive. We just need to survive the longest. Which currently, I mean, we're doing great, so cool. We'll be fine. Yeah, I'll even get untouchable, so the zombies can't really hit me. Oh man, this will be... I think we'll be able to keep going forever. Well, that's good. That's fun. Then we go ahead and grab Arc Lightning. Now, admittedly, as much as I say that's good and that's fun, it's actually a bit of a problem with this mode, but we'll get to that later. For now, we'll just kind of continue clearing out the creep base with our god build and get ourselves more Moonglaze. And I think I'm gonna invest into just right-click stuff, honestly. Since we have Moonglaze, we have Fiery Soul, I think our best course of action here is to just build attack-based stuff, which we can then use to just, you know, attack when Arc Lightning isn't enough to kill by itself anymore. So yeah, that seems like a plan. Let's have a look at what everybody else is doing. It's Monkey King here, Primal Beast. Who's doing best right now? It's Fluorine, which is the Rubik. Let's maybe have a look around at where they are. No, not here, not here. That's the Necrophos. That's the Rubik. Oh, yeah. Lightning Storm and Arc Lightning. Wow, that's a lot of spells. That's pretty nice, isn't it? Yeah, so Arc Lightning doesn't quite cut it by itself anymore, it seems. But that's okay. Again, we have lots of other ways of actually clearing creeps. And this is where we're gonna get a lot of value out of having Moonglaze and Fiery Soul. And we're just gonna attack things. Oh no, Arc Lightning does still clear by itself. It's a very good ability. It is a very good ability. Alright, let's get more Fiery Soul. Nice. Anyway. So that's kind of the core idea of this game mode. It's Custom Hero Clash or Custom Hero Chaos mixed with Dota Survivors, and that's pretty much the whole thing. But to be honest, I like that. I think that's a cool idea. I think those are some modes that are a very natural fit and they make sense together. Now, this mode does have some problems. For example, you saw right there was a duel. So there is a duel system in this mode as well, where two players are going to be dueling each other. However, they don't actually duel each other. Instead, everybody is still in the wave, fighting the wave. And then there are two bots that are created that fight each other. So these are not... Oh my god! Okay. Alright, we lost a life. It's fine. We have 3 lives. We have 3 lives. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I was gonna get to this, but I was explaining the duel. So, anyway. So, the duel is a little bit weird because it's not actually the players fighting each other. It's just these weird summons. So, yeah. I don't really know how to feel about that. That's a bit odd. It would be fun to actually fight other players. But in a way, this also lets everybody focus entirely on fighting the waves. Talking about the waves, you can see right now they are now these big zombies. Those are the 2 types of enemies in this mode. There are the small little zombies and then there are the big scary zombies. Now the big scary zombies aren't actually more powerful in the way that they have bigger stats. At least that's not like their main way they are powerful. I'm not sure if they don't or do have bigger stats. The point is more that they pose a bigger threat because they cast spells. So there's a variety of spells they can have. They had Mystic Flare right there, but every round they're going to get a different new spell that they are using instead. And then it always works the same way, where they have a little bit of a timer on them that shows you when they're casting, and then they show you the AoE that they're gonna hit, and then they throw spells at you, and you need to survive against that. So I wasn't paying attention because, you know, I was trying to show you the duel and then the zombies nuked me down. But you can see these guys, they have borrowed time instead. So it's all a little bit variable in that way. And I like that. I think that makes for pretty dynamic waves. The zombies do also just kind of scale normally. So these guys do have, seems they have double the HP, but the same amount of attack damage. So these guys do also scale quite a lot. The zombies do become very dangerous. One time we played and we ended up with zombies that had like 3000 attack damage. So that's something worth keeping in mind there. Alright, we need to be careful here, I gotta say. I mean, this is scary with the borrowed time. Makes it hard to bring him down. But yeah, you can see now it's already quite a bit more challenging just having these creeps in there that actually use abilities. The duel itself does matter a little bit, so the winner of the duel gets some money. But other than that, I don't know, it's a bit of a weird one as well. You're supposed to be able to gamble on it, but you're gonna see it goes away really quickly because I think there's a bug with it that makes it so that as soon as somebody gambles, it kind of counts it for everybody. I'm not sure how exactly it works, but it's a bit weird. And it doesn't seem like it functions properly. So you might be saying now, okay, Baumi, it seems like this mode is just kind of unfinished. And why are you showing this? Like, why are we playing this if it's not finished and if it's not working properly? Well, the thing is, I still really like the concept. I think it's a really neat idea. And the mode has been around for a little bit at this stage. So I usually like to give new modes that release a bit of time. Just because there tend to be some growing pains initially, right? Lots of modes that we've played, even pretty recently, I didn't immediately make a video about. Like, for example, Bro Dota. I played Bro Dota a couple of weeks before I made a video about it. Because I was just kind of like, this isn't finished. We'll give it some time until it is. And then it was, and you know, then it was really good. Similarly for Knock Knock Arena, or... Okay, I can't think of a third example, but you get the idea, right? I have already given this mode a bit of time, and it doesn't seem to be making all that much progress, and I think that might be because it doesn't really have like any feedback for the creator. So in a way, I wanted to make this video today as a way to kind of put voluntary feedback out into the world, where if the creator sees this video, you can listen to what I have to say, you can also ignore it, you can also just watch us play and see the issues that we encounter, because I would like to see this game to get continuous development, because I think it's cool. I like the idea of it a lot. It's not really finished, but I would be down to play it once it is. So for now, I thought it would be fun to play it right now, while, you know, it may not be quite there, but it's still pretty enjoyable nonetheless. So yeah, that's why. I hope that's an okay reason.
Hello, I am Bounty Hunter, and I am telling you that you should leave a like on the video, or else I will steal all of your lunch money. Better be careful. I'm watching you.
Anyway, we got ourselves an Aghanim Scepter. We're gonna get an Aghanim Shard at some point as well. You know, just the normal stuff. Oh, why did we stop attacking? Wind Ranger, buddy, you wanna be hitting. That's your whole thing. You gotta keep attacking. You gotta keep those attacks flying. Yeah, it's our Aghanim Scepter makes us invisible with the Wind Run, which unfortunately means very little, because these creeps, they can just see us anyway. But that's okay. It does also upgrade a couple of our other things, right? Like Hotstop Aura, for example. I also think, doesn't this make it slow more? Yeah, there we go. It reduces physical damage taken as well. Look at that. I didn't even know that one. All right. Well, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Let me go ahead and come in here, grab this neutral. We can get some neutral items. Nothing particularly exciting, unfortunately. We can get Trusty Shovel and dig a bit. Hey, Bounty Rune. Nice. Big money, my friends. Big money. Oh, well, that feels good, doesn't it? You can see over here on the left side how everybody's doing. So the people that are behind, unfortunately, they are probably just gonna lose. So this is another thing I would describe as a bit of an issue with this mode. There isn't really any consideration for people that are losing. If you are losing, then you just lose. It's basically impossible to come back. You do need to just build a strong hero in the outset. And if you didn't, well, you're a little screwed. Admittedly, that's not that different from, you know, either Dota Survivors or Custom Hero Clash. Both of those do require you to build a good hero in the outset. But at the same time, it does feel a little bit silly sometimes, just how tough it can be. Alright then. So, we got ourselves some stuff here. This is not really super important, but I will get the Wind Run upgrades, why not? And then we can get ourselves Heartstopper Aura. Nice. Get some healing going on, which with our Aghanim Scepter should actually amount to a pretty good amount of damage then, right? Because we're killing a lot of creeps, and then the Aghanim Scepter AoE damage. I mean, that seems pretty alright. So yeah, got ourselves a Satanic 2 here. Hey buddy. No! How dare you? How dare you do that? Unbelievable. These monsters. I am deeply offended. Alright then, let's get ourselves some more stuff, right? Like, we do need just more items. Lightnings are generally pretty nice. They are a lot of attack speed and a more just kind of like, you know, AoE damage. But I'm not actually sure if that's the way to go. Oh, these guys are scary now. We need to hunt down the big ones. They have the Sand King ultimate, which is actually a really dangerous ability when spammed like this. So we do need to make sure that they don't cast it. I really like this system here of casting from the creeps. They don't just like randomly throw spells at you. They give you a very clear indication of what spell is coming when. Because, you know, all of them have the same spell every single round, and it's all indicated very obviously. And I think that's a great system. I really appreciate this. I think it's a great way of making the rounds interesting. A lot of custom games like this struggle to make the rounds interesting while making them feel comprehensible. What I mean with that is, let's say you make a horde mode and you make every single unit, every single creep have a different unique ability. Would that make the round more interesting in the way that it's more different from other games where it's just creeps without abilities. Yeah, for sure. Would it make the game feel like there is a uniqueness to each creep wave? Yeah, maybe. Would it make sense when you're playing? Absolutely not, right? It would be utterly incomprehensible because there's just so much stuff that it just blends together. It would just feel like one giant mixture of nonsense. And that isn't really great, right? Also, this ability is so good here. Ah, I love it. I love my build. It's so good. It's so good. All right, let's level up Shadow Wave. Right, but it just wouldn't really make sense. So a lot of modes end up going back to just saying, okay, you know what? We'll just not have any abilities whatsoever because A, it's just easier, and B, it actually feels a bit better to play because it's more comprehensible. It makes more sense. But this mode has found a really nice in-between where you still have really unique waves that you need to deal with differently. And, you know, well, we are really powerful right now, so we don't need to worry too much, but you have to play differently depending on what kind of build you have as well. And then, at the same time, the waves are pretty clear and pretty easy to understand. So I want to just kind of praise that. I think that's a good system. Alright, we have a lot of money. Yeah, probably just get a Mjolnir. Do we get a Mjolnir? Just get a Divine? Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it, we ball, right? I mean, it's just against creeps, so it's not like it really matters. There's no reason to not get a Divine. So we'll just get a Divine. That seems good. That seems nice. Alright then. Okay, these guys have some different AoE effect. Ah, Firestorm. Well, it's not the most dangerous thing in the world, but it probably adds up. Also, by the way, every time I get a duel win, I get a kill. So we're currently on a killing spree. That's nice. I'm appreciative of the extra bounty. So we'll take these guys down. Now, this is maybe a bit of a problem with the mode. The waves tend to be a bit easy. At least that's been my experience with it. Now, I have to admit, I am fairly experienced with these kinds of modes. I play them frequently, right? And as a result, I tend to be good at finding builds that work. So maybe that's something that skews my results a little bit, or my experiences with this mode a little bit, because it, you know, like I'm more inclined to actually get a good build than your average player. But at the same time, I don't know. You know, people are gonna play well. That's ultimately their goal. And that's maybe something that is worth keeping in mind there. Do we want a butterfly? I mean, we already have 100% evasion anyway, most of the time, right? But it's a lot of attack speed. Good amount of damage too. Is it better than Mjolnir? I feel like Mjolnir is still probably the best damage item we can get. Or we could just, you know, get like more crits or something. Just another Divine Rapier, another Daedalus. Soulcross. Soulcross is interesting. How much armor do these guys have? 24. It's pretty high, to be honest. Alright, so Dream Coil isn't very good for us, right? So if we want to get rid of something, it's definitely Dream Coil. I feel like everything else in our build does kind of work. Adapt the Strike is a little bit whack, but the rest of this stuff is actually really nice. So if we want to replace something, we can make it these two. And I feel like that's maybe the first thing we'll do here. Mostly just because I want to show it to you. But also that way we get to see what we could possibly get. And that seems nice. Alright. So we spent 2,000 gold. We need to do it during shopping. And, oh, interesting. So we definitely get rid of Dream Coil. What do you guys think? Elder Dragon Form, Bad Juju. Isn't this gonna kill us? But things don't have costs. I'm gonna try out Bad Juju. I feel like I might regret this. So we don't have, we need to use a new skill points for it, it seems. That's okay. We level up pretty quickly here. What do you guys do? Oh, that's actually kind of a problem. Alright, so what happens now? It doesn't auto-cast it? Ah, so I can manually cast this one. Interesting. Does it deal damage to me? It does deal damage to me. Is that good? Do we like it? Is it good to have, or is it just kind of unnecessary? It's probably just kind of unnecessary, right? It doesn't refresh the cooldowns. Oh, wait. Oh, it doesn't even work. It didn't refresh the cooldowns. Alright, never mind, never mind. So let's just maybe random again. See what else we can get. God's Rebuke is probably pretty good. It's just like a nice spammable thing that's gonna be some extra damage, right? Or press the attack, funnily enough. Yeah, we'll go with God's Rebuke. And I think we'll leave it at that now. The next time we want to upgrade an ability, it costs 6,000 gold, so it's quite expensive. Alright. Yeah, but bad Juju's seemed just a little... It was an interesting thought, but it didn't really do much. Ooh, that's interesting though. Look at how that played out. We just kind of keep getting our hits in. We have to be a bit careful with the Never Toxin. Because, you know, it's a scary ability. We don't want to get hit by it. We're mostly physical damage at this stage, but we don't want to get rid of our lightning, right? Because the arc lightning does enable a lot of attack speed with the fiery soul. So it's probably best to keep all of that. Alright then. Time to buy some more stuff. Let's just get another divine. Little Shredder. Little Shredder, if we don't have a Snapfire, seems like it wouldn't really be that effective, if I'm honest. So yeah. Let's come in here. Get another couple hits in there. Ooh. Ooh, no. So now you can see we do have to pay some attention, right? I think this is such a great way of making the rounds feel good. Although one thing I would say, it wouldn't be ill-advised to maybe give them some different skins as you go through the game, right? They can stay zombies, but I think it would just be fun if the zombies started looking increasingly more dangerous. Basically is what I'm saying. There's always a certain appeal to that, to visually show that we are in the later stages of a match. But of course, that's very much, you know, polish-based elements. And that's not necessarily something you need to think about from the very beginning. Oh, look at us, we're falling behind a little bit. Okay, dig, dig, dig. Healing Salve, perfect, that's exactly what I needed. Let's get ourselves a tier 3 token. And we get an Elven Tunic. Very good. Yeah, I'll drop this. Oh, I can't kill it! Well, that's just gonna be where the health potion lies now. Oh, we can also get an Aghanim Shard, I guess. That's gonna be a bit helpful with, like, Spirit Siphon, I guess? Like, what does it actually help with? You have Medusa Ultimate. That's fine. We'll just blow things up long before they get near us. Anything else that benefits from it? We got Moonglaze. I guess we can click this button. It's not super useful, but hey, we got it. One thing that this mode does as well, which I'm sure you've already noticed, that's it's a little bit different from Dota Survivors. It doesn't actually reduce the cooldowns of your abilities. The abilities have the normal cooldowns. And I wonder why. I don't know. I guess that's just like a thought. It definitely makes it feel a bit more grounded, but it also makes it feel like there's a lot more abilities that just aren't really that good. Although it's also worth mentioning at this point that I've been having a couple of performance issues with this mode, where my computer is kind of struggling with it a bit. So maybe if there was even more spam and more creeps, then it would lag even more. I don't know. Haha, I win, but I can't gamble on myself, unfortunately. But I have nothing but faith in myself. So yeah. Alright, only 5 players left. Everybody left has a pretty good build. To be honest, right-click builds tend to do best in the late game. I mean, I don't think that's a big surprise. So I feel fairly optimistic here because I think our build is quite powerful. I mean, it's not on the level of the Medusa's build. That's definitely a bit of a concern. I don't know how we can ever beat this. Oh my god. But, you know, we'll try. We'll give it our best shot. It might require some additional re-rolling, but before we start doing that, I think I will spend all of our money. Nice level. We'll spend all of our money. We can get rid of boots. We don't really need those, right? Windrun gives us 60% extra movement speed anyway, so we'll be fine in that regard. And then, so we get rid of this, we consume this. Probably just upgrade the Daedalus. And by upgrade the Daedalus, I mean buy a second Daedalus and then just get attack speed. At 571. We don't actually really need that much attack speed. We can just buy a Moon Shard and consume that and then get our natural levels, and that should actually be enough. So, we'll see. We'll see.
Of course.
I do like this effect. This is just kind of like such a silly ability. Just the glaze kind of circling around the hero. Alright then. What do these guys do? Illusory Orb. Is it a lot of damage? Nah, we're fine. Yeah. I was dodging earlier with the Bloodseeker W, not because of its damage. Its damage output was actually probably gonna be fairly negligible, but because it silences. And the silence is a problem because, of course, then we can't cast our abilities anymore. And we kind of rely on them, even though we are right-click. We do need to cast frequently to be able to apply Fiery Soul, get the extra attack speed, and so on. So it's 725 attack speed right now. Does Windrunner have a base attack time lower than 1.7? What's Windrunner's base attack time? I actually don't know. I thought it was 1.7, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's lower. I guess we will check. Wind Ranger. What's your base attack time, friend? Base attack time 1.5. Oh, okay. So maximum attack speed for that should be like 850-ish? 820 maybe? Yeah, alright, let me check the... I'm just gonna go... I'm going deep into the wiki right now to figure this out. Base attack time, yes. I want the base attack time tables. What ability? Oh, stun. But that's okay, they don't get close enough. Alright, maximum attack speed, yes. Where's my base attack time tables? Man, I'm getting... Oh, there, I found it! I found the base attack time tables. Yes, very good, okay. 1.5, maximum attack speed, 793. There we go. Alright, nice. So we can go to 793. That's still a bit away. Our agility gain is kind of shit. So I'm thinking we will get lightnings probably. Just for a bit more AoE damage. So we eat this. We sell this. We get ourselves lightnings. And then we could either get another moon shard to maximize our attack speed. Daedalus for damage. Divine Rapier for damage. I think Daedalus is better though. I think if you're trying to deal the most damage possible, stacking Divine Rapiers isn't actually correct. I think you do want a mixture of Divine Rapier and Daedalus. Ooh, that's actually kind of annoying. Can they hit me? I do have evasion. Yeah, I don't think they can really hit me. So this is kind of a problem with this mode a little bit. Once you are powerful, and you know, if your build functions, for pretty long stretches of it, you just kind of do nothing. And I think, personally, the problem there is just kind of that the creeps scale too slowly. Like, if you look at these guys, 1200 health, 600 attack damage. Like, that's just not enough. Look at this guy, 600 health, like, why do you even talk to me? You know what I mean, right? It's gonna take a really long time before these guys become threatening. So that's another thing I would say that this mode could benefit from. Just a bit of a harsher curve on the difficulty. Like, if I was in charge, if I may just say so. Also, let me gamble. I gamble here. Yeah. Haha, I got to gamble. Very good. Hey, Glassbones42, thanks for the 18 months. Appreciate it. But if I was in charge, what I would do is I would maybe make it a bit more possible to, like, re-roll your abilities. Maybe every time you die, you get a re-roll, so people that are behind can kind of fix up their build a little bit. And then make the wave scale a little bit quicker, make it a bit harsher. I think that wouldn't be too bad. And then if you're gonna have duels in the game, I think, you know, have actual duels in the game. Duels are fun. Like, make people fight each other. I do kind of see the point, though, of not wanting people to, like, necessarily be forced out of playing the creep wave style, because that is something about Custom Hero Chaos that is maybe not the desirable experience here. I mean, Custom Hero Chaos, you do always have to keep in mind that there is a chance that you just are gonna be forced to duel a ton, and so you might need to build your hero for duels as well as creep waves, and so you might, you know, kind of go for something that isn't optimal for either option. And if this is supposed to be a mode primarily just about punching creeps and with having those, like, AI duels in the background, then okay, like, I can accept that, sure, whatever. It's a little weird then to have them in the first place, but hey, that's just how it is. Might be fun to have a round where all of the players are fighting one big horde together. You know, put them all on the same team and let them compete over lasteds or something like that. It would be nice to see how other people are doing in their arenas and make that more of an active component. There's lots of things I think you can do with this kind of idea. I do think it's a cool idea, though. Now you can see the casters, they're just struggling now. Pure casting definitely falls off. It's not ending. Oh no! Well, then there we go. I guess that's gonna be the end of it, the game. So that's the next problem with this mode, it is certainly a little bit buggy. In a way, can I just say, this is actually a blessing in disguise. Last time we played this for like an hour and a half. And then we just kind of gave up and declared it a draw, I think. Oh no, wait, I said I give up because I had one less Aegis. Because, you know, like, it just took so long for the creeps to become powerful. But you know what, I don't mind the game just kind of ending with this, where we just kind of have to say, alright, I suppose it's over. It would just continue on like this for the next hour, and in a way, maybe we can save ourselves that time. Is anybody gonna die here? Are you guys in danger? I mean, I can keep fighting these guys for literally ever. Like, I'm not worried. This is not an issue. Oh, I think the Zeus died. So maybe we can have some people get knocked out here. The Rubik might eventually die. Maybe, right? Like, it's not a given, though. Nah. Seems the Rubik has enough to, like, reset and heal up again that Rubik shouldn't die. Either way, I thought this was an interesting mode, although unfinished and with some, you know, missing pieces here and there, with some bugs. Nonetheless, an interesting idea that I thought worth exploring. And so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys didn't mind that I showed you something that maybe isn't quite done yet. But at the same time, it's always hard to tell with these custom games, right? And there have been many times in the past where I've actually waited with making a video on a custom game, and then I came back to check on it later, and it just didn't get updated again, and it was just kind of left to die. And I think that would have been a shame here. So yeah. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of this game now because I don't think this is ever gonna end. And these guys aren't getting more powerful, right? No, they are still at the same power level. We would kill them forever. This wouldn't ever end. Alright then. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. I would definitely appreciate that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.